close to home, the place our heart should be. I can't believe that we should never ever want to be close to home. Close to home.
I see, and she left no forwarding address? You're sure? Well, I've got to be honest, I thought she might have moved on. After all, it was 20 years ago. Yeah, thanks anyway. Bye. Right, let's have a look here. Sonia Hardy. Sonia Hardy, now which one was she? She got 3 stars, 2 sandwiches, and a banana. And the stars were for looks, the sandwiches were for cooking, so she must have been a reasonable cook. But what was the banana for? Oh, yeah. Hello, I'm trying to reach someone who used to live on this number some time ago. Her name's Sonia Hardy. It isn't. Is it? Sonia, it's me. James Shepherd, do you remember? That's right. Yeah, I always said I'd call you back. Yeah, I know it's 20 years, but I've been busy. Sorry, Sonia, I can hardly hear you. There's a lot of noise in the background. Oh, really? 6 kids. And your oldest is how old? Is he really? And he helps run the greengrocer shop now. So that's what the banana was all about. No, Sonia, I was only calling to see how you were and to find out whether you fancy going to a dinner dance on Saturday, but obviously under the circumstances. What do you mean you'd love to? No, Sonia, don't ask your husband if he'll babysit. No, Sonia, I really don't think that's a good idea. What's that? He's on nights from next week. Sonia, what are you saying? Look, Sonia, I'll call you back another time. Yeah, I promise. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Blimey, she's changed a bit.
Who was that, Dad?
An old flame. She's obviously burning a lot hotter now than when I first knew her.
What have you got there?
This is 100 pages of pure gold. James Shepherd's Little Black Book, otherwise known as the Observer Book of Birds. They're all here, the names and addresses of every girl I went out with before I was married.
So what's on the other 98 pages?
Oh, very fun.
I thought something this old would have been chiselled in granite.
You can be replaced as well.
Is Mum in there?
I don't know, let's have a look. Ah, yes, there she is. 4 stars, no sandwiches.
What does the steering wheel stand for?
Well, that was all she brought back after I lent her my car.
Why's Brenda Lane got 2 apples beside her name?
They're not apples, Robbie. They're melons, and I'm not telling you.
So why are you phoning all these old biddies anyway?
They're not old biddies, Kate. They're the same age as me.
Like you said, why are you phoning up all these old biddies?
Well, if you must know Mr. Tact and Diplomacy, I'm looking for someone to take to the North London Veterinary Association's annual dinner and dance at the Starlight Rooms on Saturday.
Oh. Well, why don't you take that woman you took last year? What's her name? Susan Weaver.
Well, you must be mad. And after what she did last year, she had 2 sherries, then she jumped up on the stage and started singing Give Me Some Loving.
This took the band by surprise.
What band? This was during the chairman's welcoming speech. Frankly, Robbie, I'm surprised they've invited me again after her antics. No, the question is, who do I take this year?
Why don't you take that woman from the farm? Yeah, the one with the sheep.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm going to this do to enjoy myself. The last thing I want is Vicky, I'm castrating a bull and you could be next Foster snapping a bee.
Oh, dear.
Did I tell you what she did?
Yes, you did.
She sent me a bill for repairing a tiny little dent I made in her car.
Yes, you said. £67.80.
£67.80 it was, flaming cheek. No, I tell you what, I'd rather go with an 18-stone mud wrestler with no teeth and a patch over one eye.
Well, give us the book, I'll check the symbols.
I tell you what, I never had all this trouble when I was married. I'd simply give your mother the date, she'd rush out and spend an obscene amount of money on a new dress, and we'd be off.
Well, you could always call a local dating agency if you're desperate.
I'm not desperate, Kate. I'm just choosy.
Choosy, as in Susan Weaver.
Yes, thank you, Robbie. Anyway, I've had a better idea. There's no need to resort to this to find someone. The answer's right here on my doorstep.
You're thinking of taking the milkman?
No, hopefully someone far more attractive and without the 5 o'clock shadow.
Who?
I can't tell you. It's going to be a surprise. What do you think you're doing?
Well, some of them must have daughters.
Thank you. Oh, when your mother gets here, will you tell her I need to see her? There's something I want to ask her.
Oh,
I don't know, Tom. I'd feel out of place at a do like that.
Well, I didn't expect you to go as you are, Vicky. I thought you might spruce yourself up a bit.
No, you know what I mean. It's not really my sort of thing, dinner dance.
Of course it is. It's a chance for you to get out of your dungarees and slip into your evening wellies. Come on, when was the last time you went out socially?
No, it was recent. I went to the pictures.
Oh, yeah? What did you see?
Gandhi.
Oh, that was... Now, look, Vicky, you're being silly. It'll be a really good evening, and you'll enjoy yourself. Now, I won't take no for an answer.
All right. But it's not a date, Tom. It's just two friends going out for the evening.
Well, 4 friends, actually.
Oh.
Yes, we'll be on a table with, James Shepherd.
Oh, wonderful. Can I change my mind?
No, you can't. Anyway, James isn't going there with you. I am. He's going with somebody else.
Oh, yes. I can just imagine what sort he goes for. All legs and no brains.
I fixed James up with Tina for the do.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
Oh, it's all right. Don't apologise. Your description is wholly accurate. But what else could I do? James couldn't find anyone to go with, so I fixed him up with a blind date.
Yes, I can imagine how someone with an attitude like that would find it difficult.
Yeah. Still pistols at dawn for you two, is it?
Did I tell you what that arrogant pig did?
Yes, you did.
He sent me a bill for curing my sheep.
Yes, you told me. £67.80.
£67.80 he charged me.
And it's only the same as you charged him for fixing your car.
No, it wasn't. He added VAT.
Look, promise you won't start a punch-up with him at the do.
All right, for your sake. But don't be surprised if the odd profiterole flies off in his direction.
Dear, so what was the Alsatian down for, anyway?
He was here to have his teeth scraped.
Well, he's already flossed them with Smokey here.
Quite. Now, speaking of dirty dogs, have you found anyone to take her to the do on Saturday?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have. I gather her name is Tina.
You gather?
Yes, my old mate Tom's fixed me up with a blind date.
Oh, dear. Blind dates, dangerous territory.
Not at all, Rose. I was quite specific. I told Tom she had to have long blonde hair, shapely legs, and slim hips. Mind you, knowing my luck, he's probably fixed me up with an Afghan.
So do you really think Dad's going to take Mum to that dinner dance? Sounded like it. A surprise, he said. Someone on our own doorstep, he said. And he wanted to see Mum as soon as she got back. Exactly. Here, you don't think Dad wants to make this a permanent arrangement, do you? What, take her out every Saturday night? No, idiot. I mean, get back together again. After all, he was saying how good things were in the past.
Who was saying how good things were in the past?
Oh, hi, Mum. Dad was.
Oh, was he? How far in the past was he talking?
Well, it was somewhere in between you two promising to love, honour and obey as long as you both shall live, and the decree absolute coming through.
Really? And your father was saying how good things were?
Yeah. Well, sort of. He was telling us about how he used to take you to these dinner dance things.
Ah, yes. Well, we did make a wonderful couple. There was this one particular dress. It was dark green silk by Bruce Ofield. It was absolutely beautiful. All eyes were on it as we danced around the floor.
I'm not surprised. What was Dad doing in a dark green dress? Is he a good dancer, Mum?
Marvellous. He can do them all. Quick step, foxtrot, tango, cha-cha, you name it.
Really?
Yes. Unfortunately, he doesn't always do the right dance to the right music. We did have some lovely times together.
Well, Cinders, grab yourself a pumpkin and some mice and you could be going to the ball again. Shh, Robbie. What?
What's going on?
Well, Dad's going to ask you to the vet's ball on Saturday night.
Is he?
Robbie, you don't know that for sure. Oh, come on. He said he wanted to see Mum as soon as she got back, didn't he?
Oh, well, I better not keep him waiting, had I?
By the way, Rose, I ought to tell you I've decided to let Helen redesign and redecorate the whole house.
Oh, no.
What?
Well, in the words of a certain Mr. McEnroe, you cannot be serious, man. You remember what happened last time? It looked like a bucket and pastry tree from the pantomime.
I think you're exaggerating, Rose.
I am not. You forget about the way the wallpaper in the hall bubbled up.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. She told me it'd flatten out once it dried. 6 months later, I was still waiting. Like Freddy Krueger was about to burst into the hallway.
Well, least the paper stayed up in the hall. The stuff she put up in the lounge peeled off the same night. Before you could say Laura Ashley, it slid down the walls and across the carpet.
Yeah, well, she's learned a lot since then, Rose. I think she'll do fine. I'll tell you what. I'll get her to do Robbie and Kate's bedroom first, just as a trial.
Sounds sensible.
Yes, I'll get her over Saturday morning to measure up. I'm going to tell her straight, Rose. I'm going to say that I'm willing to give her a second chance, but this time it has to be permanent. It's not fair on Robbie and Kate otherwise.
Well, good luck.
Thank you, Rose. See you tomorrow.
Night, boss.
Ah, Helen, you're here.
James.
Helen, I've got something I want to discuss with you.
Yes, I think I know what it is.
Oh, good. Look, I know you made a bit of a mess of things last time.
Well, it wasn't totally my fault.
Oh, all right, but the point is I'm willing to give you a second chance.
Oh, thank you very much.
You understand that for both our sakes, this is only a trial, but if things work out, who knows?
Yes, I understand.
Of course, a lot will depend on how well you do upstairs. In the bedroom.
You never complained before.
I know, Helen, but to be perfectly honest, it wasn't very satisfactory. I just didn't want to hurt your feelings.
I see.
The truth is, as soon as you left the house, I got somebody else in to do it properly.
You indeed.
Yes, but let's face it, you've had a lot more experience since then, and I'm sure your technique has improved enormously.
My technique?
Yes, so what say we try and make a fresh start?
Well, all right, if you're really sure.
I am. How are you fixed on Saturday?
Okay,
Good. Would you like to come around about 8 o'clock?
if you like.
Marvellous. See you then.
Wow!
Well, what do you think?
Kate, did you leave a 6-foot penguin up in the living room?
What's the matter with you, Robbie? Haven't you seen elegant style and sophistication before?
No, what does it look like? Ooh, look at you!
Well,
Could I have 2 gin and tonics, please, and would you bring me a menu?
that's lovely. First I'm a penguin, now I'm a waiter.
No, you look really smart, Dad.
Thank you.
When's Mum getting here?
Don't talk to me about your mother. 8 o'clock, I told her. 8 o'clock. Look at the time now.
Well, it's only 2 minutes past.
No, I wanted her here at 8 o'clock this morning.
Blimey, you weren't taking any chances on Mum being late, were you?
What are you talking about, Robbie? I just wanted your mother to come and measure up the bedroom so she could redecorate.
Redecorate? Redecorate?
Yeah, it was going to be a surprise, but now you know.
But what about the starlight rooms?
I don't think your mother's really up to tackling a job that big. To be honest, Robbie, I was going to tell you to take the posters off your bedroom wall before your mother papered over them.
But what about the ball, the dance, the... Oh, God, Robbie, quickly go and phone Mum.
What's going on here?
Nothing. Dad, there's something we've got to tell you.
Yeah, in a minute, Kate.
Cha, 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 Ollie. Well?
Well, very nice, but isn't it going to get splattered with emulsion when you paint the scenery?
James, you're funny. Hello, darlings.
Oh, hi, Mum. You look nice.
Thank you, Robbie.
Helen, why are you so done up?
Why, what do you want me to wear? T-shirt and jeans?
Well, actually, yes.
Do a dinner dance. James, don't be silly.
Dad, I think Robbie and I may have made a teensy little mistake.
No, you haven't, Kate.
No?
No, you've made a steaming great big one. Remind me to put you two up for adoption.
Oh, James, we don't want to be late. I think this is going to be a memorable evening.
Well, I'm never going to forget it, that's for sure.
Just you, me, and the music. Bye.
And a leggy blonde named Tina. Tom, you've got to help me out.
I already have done, old son. Wait till you clap eyes on Tina. Oh, she is dynamite.
Is she? Well, I hope she goes off early, because Helen's here.
What? Helen? As in Helen?
Yes.
You greedy swine. What's the idea? Bring along a sub in case your first choice doesn't work out?
Not at all. It's a misunderstanding. And the worst of it is that Helen thinks that tonight is the first step in a grand reconciliation.
And is it?
Well, of course not. Our marriage was a bit like throwing yourself off a cliff. It's a good idea for a while, but eventually you know it's all going to end in a mess. Believe me, Tom, it's not something you do twice.
No, quite. The question is, what am I going to do with Tina?
Can't you take care of her?
No, I'm here with Vicky.
Vicky? Oh, no, just when you thought things couldn't get any worse.
Well, she's promised to behave herself.
I still think we should hide any sharp objects.
Oh, don't be silly, she'll be fine. Although, If she orders profiteroles, get ready to duck.
Hello.
Hello. You look different with your clothes on. What I meant was how nicely you've cleaned up.
I think there's a hint of a compliment in there somewhere.
Oh, there is.
Are you parked nearby?
Right up front.
Oh, good. We're round the back. Should be safe there.
Like that?
No, James is in enough bother as it is.
I've yet to see him when he isn't.
You see, I brought Tina along to accompany James, but he's brought somebody else.
Oh, really? You managed to find someone else prepared to say yes, have you?
It's my ex-wife.
Oh, part of the divorce settlement. She gets half your dinner dates.
Oh, it's just a mix-up.
Yes. The thing is, what do we do about it?
It's a shame that friend of yours couldn't come, Tom.
Yes, isn't it?
What friend was that, Tom?
Oh, no one you know, Helen. He's a chap called
Michael.
What's wrong?
Michael Burnett. Nice man.
I thought you said his name was James.
Oh, no. You must have misheard.
Yes, that'll do it. The names are very similar. James, Michael. You can hear it, can't you?
I gotta say, this is a wonderful dinner.
This lamb's delicious. Oh, I never eat lamb. I always imagine some poor you running around a field somewhere saying, "Where's my baby? Has anyone seen my baby?" But do you let my views influence you?
Thanks, Vicky.
What?
Nothing, I'm just not that hungry.
Neither am I.
Never mind. Let's see what we have for dessert. Ooh, profiteroles.
Wait.
Hi, gang. Having a good time?
What are you doing here?
I'm doing a gig. It's a word us musos use to describe a bash like this.
You're in a band?
Just for tonight. My friend Johnny phoned me up and said he and Cleo were going down with a touch of flu and would I mind stepping in?
I didn't know you were a musician, Rose.
Hello, Helen. Surprised to see you here. Yes, well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I've been doing this for years.
How long?
Well, let me put it this way. I knew Gillespie before he was dizzy, and built before he was acrid. Actually, it was me he had in mind when he wrote Stranger on the Shore, you know.
Well, they don't come any stranger than you, Rose.
Well, enjoy your evening. I must go. I've got to go and warm up my pucker. Oh, hello. You must be Tina.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, James said he was meeting you here. How's the blind date going? All right.
James.
Yes, your date for this evening. He's not a bad old stick, really. I'm surprised you two aren't sitting next to each other. Well, I was Dash. Any requests?
Yes, get lost, Rose.
Lost, I don't know that one. Get back.
So you're my date. The one who didn't turn up.
Well, I can explain, Tina. Tom?
Look here, Tina, it's like this. Tell her, James.
Yes, and whilst you're telling her, you can tell me too.
Yes, tell us all, James. We're all dying to know. Don't bother. I'm obviously the butt of some feeble joke.
No, not at all, Tina. Please, let me explain. Come and have a dance.
What on earth are you doing, James?
The foxtrot, I think. Although you know how I get the steps mixed up. Be back in a minute, Tom. Don't worry, I'll sort the whole thing out.
Well, it has been mild, hasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I think things are warming up nicely, don't you? So, what exactly is going on?
Well, from what I can gather, Helen, there's been a bit of a mix-up. You weren't supposed to be here, you see.
What?
James is explaining it to Tina. Oh! Tina?
Sorted that out, have you? Tom has just said that I'm not supposed to be here.
Ah, has he? Well, that's not exactly true, Helen. Would you like to dance?
Profiteroles all round, madam?
Oh, I certainly think so.
Helen?
It's not really your night, is it?
On balance, I think I was better off last year with Susan Weaver's singing. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh, well, yes, actually.
I don't know where I went wrong.
Well, you're obviously a great loss to the diplomatic service. 1 week in the UN and you'd have the whole world at war.
Look, I'm sorry, Vicky, but I've got to run Tina home. I'll come back for you later.
Oh, no, don't worry, Tom. I'll take a cab.
You sure?
Perfectly.
I'm sorry, Tom. What can I say?
Say you'll never ask me to fix you up with a date again. I'm much better at putting animals together than I am humans. I'll speak to you in a week, James. Bye.
Hi, Tom. I don't know, I only got into this mess because I didn't want to hurt Helen's feelings.
Is that right?
Absolutely. I'm not in the habit of going out with 2 women simultaneously. In fact, these days, I don't usually go out with 1 woman simultaneously.
Ah, you poor old thing.
Not so much of the old, thank you.
If you don't mind my saying, you don't seem to be the luckiest of people as far as women are concerned.
True, but my luck's got to change sooner or later.
I do hope so.
In fact, if you promise not to slap me, I might just ask you to dance.
If you promise not to tread on my feet, I might just say yes.
Great. Come on then. Look out, dance floor. Here come Fred and Ginger. Well, it wasn't my fault. It was a complete accident.
But profiteroles, Dad, what a mess. How did Vicky take it?
Well, down the front, mostly.
I hope you apologised.
Of course I did. Although, on reflection, I could have been a bit more diplomatic.
Why, what did you say?
I asked her if she wanted cream on them. It was a nervous reaction. What could I do?
I bet she wanted to kill you. Yeah, she's got a hell of a temper.
Yeah, she has, Kate. Although she's also got a rather droll sense of humour. She reacted with great restraint and dignity. For her. Night.
Close to home, the place our heart should be. I can't believe that we should never ever want to be. Close to home is where I need to be, where all the troubles of the day can keep me company. Close to